I'll call this Lordsburg Municipal Schools regular school board meeting to order. Please stand for the pledges. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I
Salute the flag of the state of New Mexico and this year's symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures.
And thank you. Welcome, everybody. The regular board meeting, November 13th, 2023. Item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written?
I'll make that motion to.
Motion by Mrs. Esquivel. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cole. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Aye. Just a reminder again, like I always do, that only the items on this agenda will be discussed tonight. Next item, approval of minutes of the regular meeting of October 16, 2023. So there's not any comments or statements, I will accept the motion to approve the minutes as written for October 16, 2023.
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes as written.
Motion by Ms. Cole. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Esquivel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. 4 reports, administrative reports.
Okay, operations, any questions on the operations report?
I have no questions. Any questions from the board?
On this Facebook post for the student that was late, were they already or?
Which,
It just says that there was a Facebook
After school.
post by a parent about after school bus route. A student was late and the incident was,
oh, the students,
They were late on the bus, so the bus went past their stop,
okay.
continued on to DTMS, picked up the kids at DTMS and then took that kid home, so they were
Oh,
a little bit late for that.
Yeah.
We had a parent complaint on that, and we just basically told the bus drivers and aides that, you know, if they have any, because it was a little kid, so
oh, okay.
of course. the parents were-
So I know bus 1 picks up in the morning, 7:15, and I just see 3 kids there, but the bus already went. But I think the other bus 5 went to pick them up to take them to the
yeah,
school. So it's a little confusing down that street
Yes,
because
ma'am.
there's 3 buses that go.
yeah,
through.
this was just a drop off on the after-school program.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't during the regular.
It just seems like every bus goes down 5th Street,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that's my alarm to go
Yeah,
take my kids already, but yeah, there's 3 kids waiting. And I saw that bus 1 already picked up the kids, so bus 5 picked them up, so I don't know, like, what the route is, or what's going on, but I thought that was the incident. Cause I didn't see no Facebook post.
And I just have a comment. I just want to say congratulations and thank you to our maintenance and janitorial staff for, you know, getting the kudos that they did for their work that they did during that inspection.
mhm.
We really appreciate that.
Good point.
Mhm.
Any other comments, statements? Now we can move on, Dr.
Okay,
Lucas.
building reports, Scott? There he is.
Good evening, board members, President Morales. Superintendent Dr. Lucas, well, we're just gearing up for the Thanksgiving break. Still, teachers are still, you know, having tutoring after school to get the last minute for the break comes. Because once we come back from the break, we have 10 days for students to kind of complete the semester, get the grades where they need to get to. We'll have another, you know, Friday of school when we get back from our break, so that'll be another opportunity for kids to come in. Of course, we had our red ribbon day, everything went well. The high school and the Ms. Sanchez's class there from RBT performed that dance there at the basketball game, I mean, they're in the volleyball game, sorry, that really, so went well. Our theater's gonna be going to RVT this Thursday. They perform at 1:15 and 2:15. So I guess, I really don't even know for sure what they're doing. But they're gonna be performing something where I really don't. But it'll be good then, whatever it is, Ms. Copeson puts a good thing together. Ms. Copeson also, she's having a National History Day project, and she's gonna have some students from DTMS participating along with that. And it's just a way for the students to learn about historical issues, ideas, people. And events through a project-based learning. And then the state police, come by. I guess it was last Monday, and so they're gonna be coming to our school, to our school, LHS. Once a month on Mondays, and just meet and kind of just, kind of talk about, the issues that we're having, school, community, things that we can do better, at school, to provide more safety. And just kind of show the presence, once a month, sheriff, state police, and they'll come by, and hopefully we get them to come by more just regularly, just stop by, like the county and the, city doing things of that nature. So we'll be doing that, and then, other than that, though, we're just, like I said, just getting ready for the break. And get our kids locked in to get things done this week, to get on track, and then we get back, like I said, short little time, and next day we're off for Christmas break, so it's a special deal.
Are there students taking advantage of this tutoring after school?
Some do, and then.
I appreciate that, because I really, without
In the
the
last,
academics.
yes. In the last couple of Fridays, we've had 8 to 10 kids coming in on Friday school, so it's kind of nice to take an opportunity to do that. I mean, we need to triple that, quadruple
Right.
that. But it is,
You can't force them to go there.
but it is an opportunity for me.
Yeah. So, I thank you for that.
That's it.
Any other questions, comments for Mr. Roberson?
On this National Day, Mr. Roberson,
Mm.
where are they gonna present, or
We're probably gonna present there at
at the high school?
the high school probably.
But
The
it is a
details?
competition,
Oh.
they'll submit
Oh, okay,
their work, yeah.
This is the first year doing that,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Well,
Well, I don't know. if
they've done it several years ago
Yeah, they
before.
did.
Oh,
I
did
got
they?
it. And many years ago, I think it became this, but
I
it's,
think I heard Mariah thought I was doing it right, or something like that.
I'm not sure
Who was doing it?
who
From
was
DTMS?
doing it.
Okay, cause I
but
spoke to
can-
her to see like what she was doing, and I
Yeah,
thought she said she was doing
I can give you a
national.
little more information, because
Okay.
I know about that.
Okay, well, I like to go if, if
yeah,
there's.
yeah, well, as soon as we,
Time.
I think it's in January or February,
Okay,
yeah, it's not like right now. but-
okay,
Yeah.
just keep us updated, I would like to go and see what they
Any
do.
other questions, comments? If not, we can move on. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and just start with the information on that. So it's National History Day, and it's a competition, and, I'm familiar with it just because when my son was in school, Miss Salcedo was the history teacher there. And she went to a workshop and just didn't know that it was gonna be what it was gonna be, so the kids said, I'll do it. He ended up going to the state competition, like the 7th and 8th grade year, and won 2nd place there. Afterwards, Mrs. Culberson picked it up, and she actually took some kids to the National History Day competition in Washington DC. And so what it is they have, it's like 4 or 5 different types of projects that they can do. One is like a documentary, they can present like an exhibit that's like a board with all the information there. They can do a performance, theatrical performance. And there's another couple that they can write a paper. So it really needs to like whatever strength is theirs, and they can do it. So anyway, it just gets them involved, and they get to, there's like a theme, and they can choose anything that they want to in history and apply it to that theme. And so it's really good. It's there probably won't be the competition here because she's probably just taking students. But it'll be it's usually held in Las Cruces at the Heritage Museum. And it's usually around February that it's held.
And Ms. Culberson will be here next month to kind of go over what she's doing and who's gonna be.
And so, what's going on at DTMS, we're just plugging along, trying to get kids where they need to be, continuing with, just trying to bring up reading and math in everybody. So it's just, we're just continuing, trying to get the kids, that have Fs, and mostly it's because of missing assignments, trying to get them, into completing their work. We do have the after-school tutoring, some take advantage of it, some don't, but it's there for anybody who needs it. The first in math, we had, last week, I didn't check today, but last week we had 7 of the top 7 out of 10 students were in the top 10 in New Mexico. Last year we had DTMS and Central combined. This year they're 2 separate schools, so we're not seeing them on the national list of like 100 top schools that we were in before, so that really like threw us out of the competition there, but it is what it is. We're still, they're doing okay. We're just, teachers are just working hard trying to get kids where they need to be at. Last week, PNM held their energy conservation presentation to 5th grade, and everybody went home with, all 5th graders went home with like shower heads and stuff, and got some thanks from parents because some of the kids were really excited and went in changing the shower heads and everything. So they were really excited about that. This week on Thursday, we'll be administering the New Mexico Youth Resiliency Survey. And that one, and that just gives us like the risk and all that stuff that Mr. Joe Hill will present to us. That's where that information comes from. Students do need parent permission to take that survey. Classroom Bs are occurring. 5th grade has completed theirs. 6th grade will be held on November 28th when we get back. The district, and I am saying this wrong because the District B really, according to them, includes Animas, but like our local school will be December 5th, and then that county B that includes Animas will be held in January, about the 26th, I believe it is. And it'll be here. So last year we went to Animas, this year it'll be here. The filmmaking class, they've been very busy. They've made 5 like 3-minute videos that they're gonna, music videos that they're gonna also show to the kids on Thursday. And with that, they're working to make a video to compete in April up in Albuquerque. Just a filmmaking type of thing. With his media literacy class, they're working on getting the Dogie times online and having like a little broadcast. And so we got the link to it, and as soon as their kids are a little bit uncomfortable right now, like, oh, I'm gonna be the voice of the Dogie, so they're practicing for all of that. And so as soon as that comes up, we'll send out the link and have it. It's, I think he wants it to eventually be like a weekly broadcast thing with just like the news, the recap of everything that's happened and what's coming up. We also had a flag raising ceremony for veterans on Thursday, and that went really well. And then the person that came to inspect, the assessor, I forget what his title is, but anyway, he was really complimentary to to the custodian, Elida, and on this, and to Pereso on the maintenance, because he said that DKNS was extremely clean, like excellent, and even the building itself, where it being built in the 1970s, was in excellent condition, and the upkeep on it was really, really great, so he had a lot of high praise for maintenance and custodians. Just, let's see, our Wednesday and Thursday are our first games, basketball games. The boys' basketball end of tournament will be held here, it's in January, and that one will be held here. So it'll be however many teams, like 7 teams that we have, that we play against, that will be competing here. That's on a rotation. So the girls should be coming up either next year or the following year, because all the team members rotate where it's at. So that's all that I have.
Any questions, comments? Give a shout out to your maintenance people out there for the great
Yeah.
work they do.
As soon as you walk in, you can smell how clean it is,
Yeah.
for sure.
Selena?
Hi, everybody. So our monthly focus this month is going to be being grateful for the small gains that we make. And we have 3 individuals that are videotaped daily, and it could be children or adults, to show what they're thankful for, so we can work on that. Our school actions towards improvement, we had November 3rd, a district training, which we turned around and later on stayed to do a data analysis, digging deeper into our instruction. And after that training, we decided that our master schedule was not working for us. So we restructured it, and we're gonna reset so we could have more time with the kiddos and just fill in more gaps to get them moving more. Our structured literacy coach is coming in once a week, and she's working individually with each teacher. With our structured literacy money, we're looking into getting an intervention program, because the way we have it now, it's the teacher has to come up with the interventions. She has to provide the materials for the interventions, and she has to provide the assessment, which takes up a lot of time. We have 16 children with different individual interventions that they need. So we're looking into that, to purchase that. We did have a PAC meeting to do the Winter Wonderland, and we will have a second one tomorrow. We are going to be having the STEM after school head come tomorrow as well, to see how the after school program is doing on both schools. And we are going to be having a bread making open school night, everybody's invited. We're getting those kids ready, and so everybody will be there making bread, and then you'll take it home and bake it. So, we're doing that as well, and we will be having the family meal, thanks to our cafeteria for providing the opportunity for parents to go and sit and have a meal with their students. Miss Culberson is coming in, and she's doing a fairy tale and Jumanji. It's okay. And basically, I just want to spotlight our talent show, the hard work that went behind it. The seen staff heroes, I mean, they put in a lot of effort selecting and practicing the dances, but not only that, they use their own money to help the kids so that all the kids feel welcome. I mean, the t-shirts and all that, I mean, it's all bought out of their pocket. And so I just want to make sure that the staff gets recognized for that, because they want to bring equity and inclusion for all students. And that's pretty much all I have.
Any questions, comments? Ms. Gutierrez, on this literacy intervention, do they write the interventions for each student?
Well, you have to, reading is not just reading.
Right.
So we have to provide interventions for them, for the students if they need it. And so we don't have a program that says, okay, this child is missing constant and vowel sounds. And so then we have to create out of our own repertoire, our toolbox, okay, what do we need? And then you have to come up with materials. Then you have to work with this child for at least 8 days and then show an assessment. Are they improving? Are they not improving? And what's happening? And so buying a program that has a scope and sequence will make it so much easier for that teacher to just pick up that skill that they're missing and work on that instead of having to come up with it. Because that's what we're doing right now.
Seems
That's a
like,
lot of
it
time.
seems
Yes.
like people are writing IEPs for each
Well, it's not
student.
even an IEP, it's a PDSA, but it's an
Okay.
intervention.
Okay,
Yeah, but you have to document every day that you're working with that child. And
Wow.
is the strategy working or not to
Wow.
provide that, yeah. So that's gonna be one of our biggest purchases that we wanna do.
sounds good, thank you, appreciate that. Any other comments, statements? Go ahead, sir.
Hello, everybody. Obviously volleyball, football is done. We, volleyball ended up third district, didn't make playoffs. Football finished second district, didn't make playoffs. I think volleyball district is pretty salty. We have the number 1 seed, number 3 seed in our district, and I think they probably should have been 1 and 2. So, I mean, we finished behind the top 2 teams in the White State. And football, obviously, Messiah too, they were number 3, pretty good. But now we're on the basketball, and I got you guys basketball schedules. Like I said, I had to resend another one because I'm telling you, this, I'll let you know when they change. Some things just out of my control. Messiah Valley had to cancel our girls game when they were coming here, so they have finals, and there's no way they were gonna let them go. So that afternoon. And so we're trying to reschedule that, and I'll let you know when we reschedule the girls' Messiah game. Do you guys have the schedule about Messiah on it, the girls' game? Hopefully you do. It doesn't have Messiah, then you got to do this one. I got the tournament brackets done for the Stampede, and I'll get that to you guys in the next, our next board meetings, that way it's closer to the actual tournament, for the Stampede. We do have 8 teams. Yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll see how that goes. Our girls will be heading, and the same time that we would have held our tournament, they'll be heading to Hatch, and they're gonna be playing at Hatch with 8 teams there. So anyway, we'll know soon too about next year's enrollments and what we're gonna be doing on that too. And I'll keep you guys informed on that at the end of this month. And I'll let you guys know our options when we get to that point. And we're talking about policy for football. That's the only one that's gonna evolve. So, questions?
So does the board have to vote on the changes that the 8 to 11? Because the last time we had a vote, right?
Yeah.
The last time here,
No.
meeting
No.
or agreed to?
But
it?
we can't, I mean, but this one may be meant, because sometimes it's mandatory, we don't have a say. Yeah. So if it's
So
mandatory,
if we
we'll
have
just,
the numbers to have 11 and then we'll
then we'll
be out
have to.
11.
Right.
Yeah. Right now, it looks that way. We're 3 over with, but on that, I don't know. I don't know, because we have 5 kids, I think, right now, that are 5-year seniors that aren't eligible for sports. So that actually puts us up below our numbers. And, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll know at the end of this month. Well, if we have that option, you know, play whichever, and, we're gonna do whatever we have to do. When I say I prefer to play 8-man, yeah, I think so. I think with our numbers, I think that's our future. And you look at the enrollment from our junior high all the way down, we're gonna be pushing right about 105 kids at the high school. You know, it's gonna be hard if we go to 11-man for a 2-year block, and then we're gonna be right back down to 8-man. But you know what, our kids, we talked about it, I'm honest with them, I say, guys, I'm predicting that we're gonna be 11-man when it comes out, and then there'll be a bunch of us, and there'll be a bunch of people petitioning, like Clayton will petition, there'll be a bunch of us. And then if we petition, I don't know, I mean, honestly, gosh, that's on you guys decide that's what we wanna do, and then I'll write the petition, we'll send it in, and then we'll take our chances that they're gonna keep us 8-man or go up. I know people like, for instance, in our district, Magdalena, they're going down to 6-man, so they're gonna be either gonna ban us. And that will change districts a lot, and there's 2 other teams that are gonna go down, and there's some teams that are going up. It's crazy right now. I'm just, like I said, I'm numbers it's hard in football, man. You guys know that. And we were young this year. We had two seniors that hadn't played football, until this year. So, yeah, our future, our kids are working hard, guys. I know them also. We're killing them the way they know our boys, they're not very happy with what happened this year and what we're about. So they're working hard. We'll see. We'll grow up a lot. We'll grow up a lot.
So like the districts are gonna change, right?
Yeah,
Depending
districts.
on
Numbers.
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 That's what
Like
we
the
have to
cutoff,
finish 2-year block.
To stay 11 man was like 129. We're at 131, I think.
31. Yeah, we're too old right now.
So depending upon, and depending on whether we want, if we go to 11 man, we could petition to ask to
Just
stay
stay
8 man. That depends on, that would be something that we would decide.
Right.
That
But
would
if
be
it,
for next year, right?
right, for
2
next
years.
school year. Yeah, it'll last for 2 years.
If it's a 2-year block, 2-year
Right.
block, yeah.
That's what's bad.
And we don't
It's
have
2 years.
any players coming up, so.
No,
No, I mean, obviously, I'm just telling you,
my,
just as a football coach, I was AD, we'd be better off staying that.
Mhm.
But on that, okay, our district would be an 11 man, and that's, Rosas out, they're 40 kids over, so they're going to 3A. So we would jump in that same district with them, and so we'd be the same district we've always been, it'd be Mescalero, us. I mean, that we don't know that, but that's what they're gonna do, Capitan. And I mean, we'll compete in that district too, it's just, it'd be tough, because we'll be playing Eunice, teams that more than double us. But it is what it is, it's nothing new, that's what Lordsburg does forever. So it's not like, I mean, every year I've been here, we did clean up, so it is what it is, until this last 2 years. The last 2 years, the first year we played schools our size. But anyway, softball schedule, man. It's a pain, but I'm about done with it, I'm excited. I'm hoping that for sure the next board meeting, you guys will have the softball and baseball and tracks done too. And so that's what we've been trying to knock out. It seems like every year it gets earlier and earlier and earlier to get these things done, so I'm okay with that.
But a little better.
Yeah, it is, and then people can make plans too.
Yeah.
People can make plans. What else, any other questions? I haven't been here for a few board meetings, the boss reminded me of. So, you have any other questions? Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Freddie, can I go back to like the operation reports? Any chance?
Sure.
It's just one suggestion.
Mhm.
If I can, please. Is there a way we can do like a newsletter with like the district overall, telling our, our local people in the paper, like, like the national, history days coming up and so many teams are competing, like just to inform like our public that, hey, it's not about sports in here. We're doing exciting things other than sports, because that's exciting to have a competition for History Day. Theater, they're expanding not just LHS, but they're going to, RBT to show the kids.
And that was something that they mentioned at that regional meeting that we went to, right? That they said that we needed to kind of mobilize more of what we're doing within the district.
Maybe like a
So maybe-
superintendent, news
Shout out.
sheet,
yeah,
or something like that, so we can
okay,
advertise other than athletics,
Right.
athletics, they're always on the sports and, we applaud them, if they win or lose. But, there's other,
Right.
good exciting things coming out of our
Yeah,
school
yeah.
district that
Yeah.
people should know about. And maybe we should take pictures of like the bond stuff that we use
Mhm.
to use a canopy. Cause that's, thank you for people that voted for that,
Yeah.
it's a good little shout out to our people.
Yeah.
Good point. Again, we have to remember that without academics, there's no athletics.
Right.
So it's a
Yeah.
good point.
So if you can, come up with some creative idea, please.
And I hope that our academics are staying up for our
Too.
athletic programs. Next item, public forum, any?
yeah.
Oh, we forgot
Truancy.
truancy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I got
Just-
off track.
RVT had 37 contacts, Central 13, DTMS 27, and LHS 33, so we're a total of 110 parental contacts for students out. And that's either phone calls or letters.
Any questions, comments? Not, we'll move on. Again, public forum and meeting. Number 6, Board of Education issues, Dr. Lucas.
Just a reminder, the annual convention, the New Mexico School Board Association, November 30th through December 2nd. Do any of y'all know right now? 'Cause we have to register everyone by the 16th.
Well, you,
So-
I'm
Figure it, I'll ask tomorrow.
Okay.
And I'll let you know.
you're
For
gonna go?
sure,
Okay.
It should be going.
cause that they'll swear them for next year, right? Or for
Yes.
the January,
Mhm.
Be just-
so we don't have to do something.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, and then 2024 Board Member Institute, that's one with the legislative session, they take you to the roundhouse. It's February 1st through 3rd. They don't have an agenda for that yet, but
You'll
just
see
kind of
it
put it
out
on
pretty
your calendar, yeah. And that's in Santa Fe.
Just let people know so they can register.
Mhm. Yeah, and Susan, if you could let me know as soon as you know name. Yeah, and I'll send out an email tomorrow with mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like, so it says mandatory for newly elected,
Mhm.
would that constitute?
So I don't know, you know, because you're in a different
Because-
position
Yeah, I was appointed, now I'm elected.
and you've been through the training before.
And I've been.
So I'll call Joe
I was
tomorrow
gonna
and see
say,
what
call
he
Joe
says.
Dean.
Yeah, I'll call him. Yeah, because you're in a different situation, yeah. I'll call Joe and let you know. Yeah.
Okay, consent agenda, Dr. Lucas. No, okay, is there a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll liability transactions as written? If there's no questions, I'll accept the motion.
I'll make that motion to approve accounts payable for last month.
Motion by Mrs. Esquivel, is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Samuels, all in favor?
I
Aye, motion carries. Approval of budget adjustment requests.
Right, we have two bars. One is a structured literacy. Initial budget is allocated to us by the PED for 25,000. And then the other one is an increase of 1337 for the IDAB preschool allotment. It was just an increase from PED. So that's for $1,337. And those are the only two.
Any questions on the bars? If not, I'll accept. Accept the budget adjustments as written.
Go ahead.
I'll make that motion.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
Motion by Ms. Samuels. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cole. All in favor?
I
Aye, motion carries. Discussion items. Go ahead, Dr. Lucas.
Yes, just a reminder, I think Ryan sent out the template for the evaluation. And I know it's early, but if we can just by early December, and then that way by the December board meeting, we can have it compiled, or Barb can have it compiled into like one. It's like a average of all of it. Well, so we'll have each one individually plus the one combined.
So we can get it done. What is the date for that?
This December 11th is the next board meeting.
So let's get it done by then.
So like by the 4th or 5th, if you could have the
Okay.
actual papers, that'll give Barb time to. type it up.
Somebody can text Johnny and let him know, please. And for the record, he is not here today, he's absent, because I thought he'd come in late. So we can get this, the evaluation done, would be good.
Yeah.
SB 90 election.
Right, it was just basically thank everybody and that it did pass, and so that's good for 6 years. And actually, it's good for 6 years after we still have one more year on this one.
Right.
So it's technically it's good. We just had to put it on this election cycle so we didn't lose a year. Just something about the way the election cycle would have fallen, we would have waited till next year, we would have lost a year because it wouldn't have right.
Item number 9, action items. Go ahead, Dr. Lucas.
Right, so every year we send out information that parents can get the accidental insurance, and it's at their cost. The same company has started offering, they've got approval from NIPSIA, and they've done it for Albuquerque Public Schools, but they provide the accident insurance to all students. Or the district provides, you know, so there's a brochure on there. If you have any questions on it, but kind of goes over the coverages. And it's the same coverage, accident prediction, but it's only at school or school events or transporting to and from school events. It doesn't cover if an accident happens at home or something like that. That is still an optional purchase, but it would be around $8 a person. So our total cost basically would be $28.52.85 to cover all students. And I know we've had, because I know we've had one student that got injured in football, concussion, didn't know it at the time, went to dance, and he had to be life flighted out, concussion. We've had a cheerleader with a broken arm. You know, so they don't have that insurance. They're not, I mean, it's out of their pocket.
And this is not for employees either, right?
No, it's
No?
strictly for students.
Students only?
Students only.
And this is the cost of 20,
Cover
all students
100% of our students.
That's for all students, right?
for
Right, in
one
the
year.
district.
You can't
For
go
1 year.
over that. Just kind of.
Right, and then we'll start it, and then we'll renew it, you know, so every year, it'll, and depending on rates, you know, it may go up, may go down, but it's always an option. I mean, it's not something we're required to carry, but I think it's a good idea, I think.
I agree. Well, I recommend that we pass this, guys.
Yes.
I'll accept the motion to,
I'll make them, oh, sorry.
go ahead to accept the student accident insurance. What part of the budget does it come out of?
Well, it'll have to come out of operations.
Operational, okay, that's.
Yeah.
No
And
problem.
so they'll just fill out a form with you if something happens and then
Right,
you'll submit, the school submit it to the insurance.
right, and actually, the parent, all we have to do is fill out like a 4 or 5 item deal online, and then the parents would take over from there.
So as soon as we pass this, it'll be covered for the rest of this year
Well,
and next year?
I'll
Or
sign,
May?
yeah, I'll sign it tomorrow, and it'll cover through just the end of this school year, and
Okay.
then we'll pick it up in
And there's
August.
no like permission sign or anything like that? All just?
No, it just covers all of our students,
Okay.
It's just a blanket.
right, it's just a blanket coverage.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and make that motion to accept that student
Motion.
accident insurance.
Motion by Mrs. Escobar, is there a second?
I will second.
Second by Ms. Cole, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Good, that's a good thing.
And then the next one is the central office school rentals. And actually, this doesn't really even have to be an action item. We don't have to take action on it, but it is. We've been, the people that are in there now are like nonprofits or agencies, you know, and we've had a private individual that wants to start a business and rent an office. And I just wanted to get y'all's feeling on whether you want to keep it governmental or do private, or is it something we want to continue to do after?
What does a private person entail?
Well, it's a former teacher, I think they want to do music lessons or something,
Oh.
I don't know what. It would be, but it's not, she's not, I mean, it's a for-profit,
Okay, so, okay.
right, it's a for-profit
I-
venture, it's not.
I just was wondering what it
Yeah.
was about. I can live with that.
Okay, you know, so if y'all, you know, I just want to get,
Do we need to,
we don't, I mean, if everybody's in agreement, we don't have to have a motion, I mean, because it's already, I just want to make sure.
I'll take yours. If
I-
it's for learning music, guys, I think it's a good idea.
It is a
It
very
is.
good, but my thing is, that's just a question. I'm not saying I'm not for it or whatever, but we still pay the insurance on it, right? In
We
case
pay
of
the insurance,
something happens
we
to it?
pay the electricity, our
Yeah.
custodians go, you know, so really it's costing us money
Yeah.
to have the people in there. Because we don't have, there's not enough volume,
Mhm.
and then we don't have that many people in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one thing we need to consider. I mean, we still want to continue, I mean, I'm not saying we cancel leases or anything like that, but once people leave, do we want to keep maintaining? We did spend a lot of money fixing up the plumbing facilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was needed anyway, because we still use central gym. But while we have people in there, you know, we can do a year lease or that's what we want.
How big of the space is?
It'd be a classroom.
Just one classroom?
Yeah.
I was just curious, like, if they sign a waiver, or like if they have like partial insurance that they pay out of in case something happens.
They have to pick up rental insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
they
like that,
have,
yeah.
I'll have to go back and read the lease, but they have some requirements for their own liability issues, but we
Okay, and the
also,
lease would be for 1 year on this person.
that's what we've generally done.
We can give it a shot for a year
Mhm.
and work from there.
I was just curious, sorry.
No, no problem. Good
Come on,
question.
come on.
So once,
Coverage.
yeah, and then once you start, letting the public lease as a private individual and you're charging them.
Right.
You know, other people are gonna be interested in, is there gonna be a limitation as to what's gonna be allowed to come in?
Right.
Right, and
what
then
the-
how much rent, I mean, because basically, we have the one in there that has like 2 rooms, I'm just gonna charge half of, well, we charge them. But we also really, if we're gonna continue to do it, probably need to get it appraised and get the fair rental market, we're supposed to get fair rental. Or fair market value for the rentals.
It'd be nice to have an income for the school and help
Yeah,
Mhm.
supplement the costs, so.
I'm for it.
I'm for it, I was just
I am, those
curious.
are
Okay.
just things that are gonna pop up later.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So, I'm just gonna stop and I just start drinking.
No executive session for a change.
Yeah.
That's good. Just a reminder, please get that superintendent evaluation done as soon as possible. Get it done. And somebody remind John.
You're
Get
ready.
it all items.
November.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taken care of, business taken care of, meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank